think it boiled down to her vulnerabilities. Meeting him, he seemed like a very kind person. He seemed like, you know, better than her husband. So her ex-husband was her vulnerability. And so she made a comparison off of her ex-husband as opposed to making a comparison about what's good for her.
Okay.
And so maybe that was where the mistake was in terms of that relationship.
When Tariq, when a guy's in a position and he's not ready, does he just come out and say it, or does he wait? Because how do men need to address that issue? Because a lot of guys are accused of being honest, being authentic, telling the truth, and then they're horrible people.
Men fear women. There are a lot of men.
There
are a lot of men that are fearful of women, and a woman will put that pressure on, and a man may not be ready to get married. And if the man decides to go ahead and get married because of the pressure, it's going to be a tidal wave.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Okay. Well, Valerie, I'm glad that you're in a good place now and that you've moved on. And so certainly, good luck to you. And hopefully this program will help you, look for the signs, and they don't have to be neon and flashing. You can, see them in all of their subtleties. So thank you. I appreciate that. That brings up, I think, a critical issue. We often, and let's take the program that Dr. Roz did. And if you missed this a couple of weeks ago, I was on a panel with 3 other men. Wonderful, wonderful panel. Dr. Roz, you need to do it again.
Thank you.
I will. A lot of single women. And I asked how many women in the audience want to get married. And all of the hands, almost all of the hands went up. With that said, do you believe that some women may be feeling that pressure, particularly women who have not had children yet, who have not been married yet, and they're probably more interested in being married than having a husband?
No, that's a great question. And the truth of the matter is, you've done everything. Like most of the women in the room, professionals, all professional women, had it going on, doing their thing. But now the personal life isn't together. And so society starts looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Why doesn't anyone want to be with you? So that pressure, and I'll self-disclose, I'll be honest. I'm married, but I don't have kids. And so I hear all the time, when y'all gonna have kids? Do you realize you're asking about my sex life? I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's what you're asking about. And, people don't mean to be insensitive, but society brings that pressure on. And then you start feeling the pressure. You start feeling the doubt. Am I worthy? Am I lovable? What's wrong with me? I did this right. I did that right. I did all these things right. What's the problem? And so it's not so much that they'll just marry anybody. But it's like, dang, can I get a decent guy? Can I get a decent date? Why can't I find a decent date? And I think that's the issue. Why is it so hard to date nowadays? And if you watch that movie,
you'll see that you may never want to date again. Do guys feel pressure? How old are you? I just
I'm
put
44.
You're 44. Okay, so. You're done. You're done like an Easter ham. No, do you feel at any point any pressure to marry, or at least to get to a point where you're on the down slope of a relationship where you want to settle down?
I've been feeling like that since I was 30, actually. On that slope.
Oh wow.
And but I don't allow pressure. I have learned, and that takes practice. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Everything takes practice. And we have to practice tuning out what's going on in other people's lives in comparison to ours. Because that is added pressure. If someone else is doing this, if all my ladies' girlfriends are married, having kids, doing this and that, and they're asking, well, you've been with him this long. Why aren't you all doing this? And that starts to sink in. There comes depression.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn how to communicate, number one, and just come to some kind of agreement that we have to focus on our relationship, not what other people are doing.
Yeah.
I only have about a minute or so left. Some final thoughts, Dr. Roz, about perfect guys or imperfect guys, perfect women, imperfect women when you're first dating. What kind of things do you need to look for? Do you need to look? Or do you need to just let it happen?
No, I think you need to be cautious when dating. And the reason why I say that is because there are predators out here. So you have to be smart about your dating life. It's real easy. Once you get his telephone number, you can look his number up. It only costs about $2.
Mm-hmm.
You can. And you can find some things out. You have to do what makes you feel safe.
Hold on. That's another show. I get that. You just started to mess here. And I only have a minute left, but let me just say this. I understand, and this may sound sexist. Women often feel vulnerable. Some may say they're the weaker sex. That's a debate in and of itself.
No, it's reality.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for defending me on
as
that,
a single
because I don't want to get in trouble for that.
As a single woman, you got to protect yourself. You got to be smart.
But should men also do that?
Well, men should too.
And you say yes.
Yeah.
But yet, I think that there are a lot of women that would bristle at the thought that he is investigating she just as she is Why are you looking at me? There's nothing. I don't have any warrants.
But if you're emotionally mature, you'll get over it. Because you'll understand that person is looking out for themselves. Mm-hmm. It's better to be honest from the onset of who you're dealing with, so you don't run into those issues like Tariq did when she was like, you shouldn't have had sex with me. Mm-hmm. You would have seen something of why, I'm going to leave that one alone. She may be boom, boom, bow, bow, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Boom, boom, bow, bow. That's her formal name. Look, Tariq, Dr. Roz Aker-Black, thank you both very, very much. Hope you guys have a wonderful and safe weekend.
Yes,
boy, I tell you, stand outside the movie theater and just free. Yes, indeed. That is the Daily Drum on Sirius XM Channel 141 for this Friday.